DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Today's daily motivation: security and freedom is the topic. And I want you all to understand that security and freedom are opposites. Not opposites in that they're antonyms of each other in the dictionary, but what I mean is if you want to have one, then you have to give up the other. This is how it works in life. And if you think about this, especially those of you who have direct experience in this, then you know exactly what I mean. So let me just put it in plain language, then I'll explain it. If you want more security in life, the trade-off of that security is you have to give up a certain amount, maybe a significant amount of freedom. And if you want freedom in your life, you have to give up a certain or significant amount of security. Let's think, for example, in the business world. If you want security, usually in the professional world, security is represented in the form of what? Consistent employment, which comes with a bi-weekly or a monthly paycheck. So the security of knowing that that paycheck is coming every 2 weeks or every month requires you to do what? You have to give up the freedom of being able to do what you want to do work-wise, which means whoever's paying you that check gets to tell you what time to come to work, what time to go home, what time you get to take a break, how long your break is, what you need to do, what you can't do, what rules you have to follow, even if you don't want to follow the rules, and you have to adhere to all of that if you want to maintain the security of the check. Now, on the flip side, if you want complete freedom in your business, usually this is what one of the main things that drives people to entrepreneurship is they want to have freedom. I want to do what I want to do. And I talk to entrepreneurs every day, or people who want to be entrepreneurs, and they'll say, well, one of the reasons I want to be an entrepreneur is I want freedom. I want to be able to do what I want to do. I have kids. I want to take my kids to the zoo on a Tuesday if I want to. I don't want to keep missing my kids' events because I'm always at work, or I have a boss and I don't like having a boss. I don't like somebody being able to tell me what to do, or I'm working at this company and a bunch of my coworkers or my superiors, my supervisor are hating on me and I don't want to deal with them anymore. I want the freedom to be able to do what I want to do while using the skills that I've already developed and just do it my way. I don't want them to be able to dictate to me and tell me what to do. All right, that's perfectly fine. You want that freedom, guess what you got to give up? You got to give up the security of working for a company that already has put together the systems and the structure that allows you to sell and make money. You got to give up the security of that bi-weekly paycheck. You got to give up the security of being protected by the company if something goes wrong with a customer or a client, and they got to take it up with the company. Now, if you're the person in charge and you run the business, now if there's a challenge with a customer or a client, guess what? You got to deal with it. So you got to give up all that security if you want the freedom. So everybody understand what I'm saying here. And this is, I'm using business as an example here, but this applies to your everyday life as well. You want the freedom to do whatever you want to do. You got to give up the security and the safety of following the rules, the security and safety of not necessarily following them. When I say following the rules, doesn't mean you just stop following all the rules. It means that if you want to be able to flout the rules and not follow them as you choose, if you decide you just don't want to follow a rule, then you got to put yourself in a position. You got to put yourself in a position to where not following that rule and whatever pushback comes from that, you can deal with it. And you got to put yourself in a position for that. And that's not something that is not just words. It's a mental fortitude. It's an internal fortitude, and you're probably going to need some resources in order to deal with that. So this is what I want all of you to understand. If you want freedom, you got to trade your security. And you want security, you got to trade your freedom. You usually are not going to get both at the same time unless it's something that is created by you. You can be totally free and totally secure based on what you do for yourself. You can build things on your own. Y'all can be completely secure, or you take care of yourself. You know you can take care of yourself. You have the resources, you have the people, you have the mindset, you got the connections and the relationships around you to do that. But you got to build it. You got to build it all yourself. So if any of you has ever worked in a company or been part of any kind of bureaucratic organization, you see there's a big structure there. If you just step back and take a 10,000 foot view, you see there's a big structure and organization there. You need to build that for yourself if you want to have security for yourself and freedom at the same time. And it's not impossible to do. Just understand that there's some work that is involved. And this is not something that just happens overnight, but it starts with you having the mindset and the determination that it's going to happen if you want to have both at the same time. But when you're first starting out, this is a trade-off. This is how it works. Again, look at your life right now, you'll probably see it. So with that said, y'all, got a text message line. You can text me, ask me a question, share a challenge, Every once in a while, intermittently, I'm sending out messages that'll keep you focused, sharp, and on point. It's not daily anymore, but I do still send out the messages. So text me at my number, 305-384-6894. Make sure you leave a comment on this video. Let me know the best action step you're going to take based on what you heard in this video. In the comments, let me know that. Make sure you do all the YouTube stuff. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, hit the notification bell, and Work on Your Game University. That is where I do my coaching. My coaching is for people who are, I'm looking for the 2%ers. I know I'm not talking to everybody here. Maybe this YouTube video could talk to everybody, but the people I want to coach, look for the people who are in the 2%. And that doesn't necessarily mean in your income. That means in your mindset and where you want to go, your ambitions and your goals. If you're in that 2%, then that's what I'm looking for. Go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. You can see all your options for working with us directly. That's the only place I do it. And work on your game. Dre, all